All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Saturday morning. It is not even 9 a.m. yet. I was up early to go to the post office to help my buddy Jay out with his Kickstarter. But unfortunately, uh, post office or the UPS store doesn't open until 10 a.m. So I've got an hour to kill. And I thought I got two new books for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. If you're new to the channel, uh, it should come as no surprise knowing that I'm a grognard. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. And of course, I'm a huge fan of the old world in particular. And so Cubicle 7 has just released or has released the PDFs, the early PDFs of Warhammer, the old world, which use their version of the percentile system. It's not a percentile system; it's D10s with a success number, uh, and it's a pretty slick system. There'll be a more comprehensive review coming pretty soon, since now I have both books, the Player's Guide and the GM Guide. So, pardon the mess in the background. I'm getting everything ready for shipping and everything. So, uh, I wanted to whip out this video for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay because while the new Cubicle 7 Old World looks like it's going to be amazing and it's set, I believe, 300 years before the current version of Warhammer, this version is directed by Games Workshop, and they have to abide by certain rules. My understanding is with the Old World and their D10 dice system, they got permission from Games Workshop to kind of go how they will. I mean, there's certain limitations they have to stay within, but they've kind of been given a little bit of free reign to do and make what they want within a certain set of limits. So I don't know if it's going to go through the usual process of they create it, put the stuff together, and then send it to GW, and then they have to read it and go through it and then send it back. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the process, but that is the process with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So I have two books today. I Funny story with Tribes and Tribulations. I pre-ordered this like I do with most of my Cubicle 7 Warhammer stuff. I pre-ordered it, to make sure that I get it. And of course, you get a PDF when you do. Thank you, Cubicle 7. Not everybody does that, and I do appreciate it. Modifius and Cubicle 7 for sure do it. Darrington Press appears to not do it. I don't know. Maybe they do. I think they do. I just couldn't wait. I bought the PDF, and then once I saw the PDF, I decided I had to get the book of Daggerheart. But that as it may, that's a different story. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Always have been. From back in the 80s when it came out. I have the first edition down there on the shelf. I have a lot of the early early books, Power Power Behind the Throne, Death on the Reich, all that stuff. I have most of those books in hardback form. So to continue that legacy of gaming, especially Cubicle 7 just does bang up job. They've knocked it out of the park. Is this a beginner friendly fantasy RPG? If this is your first role playing game and you're like, let's say you're a miniatures gamer and you're in the old world for Warhammer, or you're playing Sigmar, Age of Sigmar, so you've got a ton of miniatures and you want to get into the RPG, to be honest, I would say wait until the old world comes out. It's a much easier system. But that being said, here's the thing: if you're into something, or you want to be into something, learning is easy, obviously, when it's a preferred task. And I learn all of this because I have an 8-year-old autistic son, and he's about on a 5-year-old level, even though he's 8. So we're learning what works and what doesn't work, and we're both new to being parents of an autistic child. But that being said, this is a complex game. There's a lot of rules. You don't have to use them all. Play with what you like, but there's a lot of books out. There's a lot of support. If you're a huge fan of the old world, or if you're a huge fan of Warhammer fantasy, and you want to get into this game, I would say go slow. I would say buy the beginner's box, which I should have broke it out. I have it. I've done a review on it. You can go back into doobly-doo there and check it out in the archives. Just do a YouTube search for Mr. Mean Speaks Warhammer beginner box, and you should find it, no problem. I always say I'll put a link in the bottom. I never do, so I'm not going to say that. These are splat books. Again, if you're new to role playing, splat books are accessories. You don't need them. Tribes and Tribulations, in my opinion, is a GM book. These orcs are the bad guys. You're not going to play an orc. You're going to play elves, dwarves, humans, gnome, or halflings. This has got all of your orcs, the different tribes, where they're at, a little bit of their ecology, their environment, what makes them tick. There's a bunch of good charts in here. The art, of course, is exactly what you would expect from Cubicle 7 and Games Workshop. It is phenomenal. There is, on the inside of each cover, is a world map, and that map shows you where all the different tribes are. So it's very well done. It is very orky. It is a green tent with all the orky logos. So it is very well done. It is full color, Smithsonian binding. It is a whopping 111 pages, with the last 2 pages, one being blank and one being an ad for Salzmond and Lustria, which I have the PDF of Lustria. I don't believe I have the physical book. I may. I don't remember. What I'm going to do is, if you become a new Patreon, it's $5 a month. This is bribery, straight up. Become a Patreon. You can quit next month, but if you become a Patreon and you send me a message to Mr. Mean Speaks at Proton Mail PM. Or blah, blah, blah. Send me an email or a message through Discord. Actually, Discord is the better way. Pretty much everybody uses Discord. If you're not on Discord, you should be. Send me a message through my Discord. There'll be links for that definitely in the doobly-o. If you're the first person to join my Patreon, I'm going to send you a copy of Tribes and Tribulations, because you know what? I'm going to sweeten the pot. I'm going to send you a copy of Tribes and Tribulation and Winds of Magic, because I have an extra copy of both. Somehow I bought 2 copies. I don't know how I do this. You can see my library. This wall is 30 feet long. Those shelves are 3 shelves high, and you can see they're pretty packed. Anyway, if you're the first Patreon on this video, and you send me, the first person who sends me a message and is a paying Patreon member at $5 a month, I'll send you both books, my cost. I won't charge you shipping or anything. I'll send them to you. So if you want to get into Warhammer, or if you're already into Warhammer, join the Patreon, get Tribes and a free copy of Tribes and Tribulation and Winds of Magic. I have both. I bought the collector's edition of Winds of Magic, the leather cover, so I don't need the regular cover. I'm not playing Warhammer, and even if I was, I play with my books, but I take very good care of them. So you'll get a copy of Tribes and Tribulations and Winds of Magic. That's a $80-$90 value right there for $5 a month. So even if you stay with me for a year, that's only $60. You still made out like a bandit. So anyway, yeah, this is $34.95, and I think the Winds of Magic book is $49.99. So everything about orcs is in here. Trolls. What is it? It's got so all your goblins, your orcs, hobgoblins, snotlings, ogres, and trolls. There's templates in here, so you can build, as a GM, you can build a war boss and beef him up and make him uber badass. Slith Snake Wrangler, Savage Orc Warlord, and they give you stats. So this is, if you're a GM, this is the book for you. Yaskin Forit, Orc Chief, and it gives you all their traits, all their abilities, all their powers. It's a phenomenal book. It's kind of color coded as well in the top. The Cluster Eye Tribe. There's a little bit of history and lore in here. There's encounters. There's pre-done encounters in here, all statted out and ready to go. There's character templates of like the main bad guys like Sagcog, the Chaos Troll. He's a very famous Chaos Troll, and I believe he's mentioned in some fiction. He ate a wizard, and became the wizard was Slaanesh, a Slaanesh human wizard, and he got corrupted by. It was a human wizard who got corrupted by Slaanesh, went off into the wilds, captured a troll, and was gonna, experiment on him and everything. And well, it didn't quite go the way he planned, and the troll ate him, but he became sentient, and so it's the human wizard's mind, obviously hugely corrupted by Slaanesh, in a troll's body, and so he's got two heads now. And yeah, so there's all the background, all the history, stat blocks, all the information you need to run trolls and orcs and goblins and squigs in your Warhammer game. You can build. You know what? Now it just hit me. This is awesome for a Warhammer 40K or Warhammer Fantasy mini player, because there's names, and there's tons of names in here. There's character profiles. You can basically tailor make your orc for your mob. That's what they call an army in Orcish. And yeah, you can make characters, and it could be some modeling inspiration and stuff like that. So fantastic art as always. 110 pages, fiction, everything you need to know about hobgoblins. I really like that they stuck with the original lore. You've never seen much about hobgoblins in the Warhammer Fantasy miniatures game or in the role-playing game, but they stuck to their guns. And hobgoblins are pretty much like Chinese, like Genghis Khan. They've got that vibe. They're from the steppes and the Orc territory, and they look like, Chinese Mongols. So I thought it was pretty cool. And there's a whole section in here on hobgoblins, and they call them Khans, their leaders and stuff. They even kind of look like the Mongols, riding wolves instead of horses, and short bows, and the fur and everything. So coming from the steppes where it's a little bit colder, you got your black orcs, you got your shamans, you got your wog magic. This is everything you could need to run orcs if you wanted to make orcs the main bad guy in your Warhammer campaign. And I would say that this book would even be useful in Warhammer Old World, because I think in the Old World, the orcs aren't as predominant, or if they are, it's pretty much savage orcs. And there's a whole section in here on savage orcs. There's a whole section on here on the spider tribes, the goblins and the squigs and ogres and trolls and stat lines. So there's everything: black orcs, savage orcs, regular orcs, goblins, squigs, you name it. They talk about animosity in here. So this is just a bang up book, guys. If you're a GM or you want to GM in the world of Warhammer, this is the book for you. Especially because orcs just make an easy bad guy. They're so lovable to hate, and they're the great antagonist of the Warhammer world. So Orcs and Goblins provides a GM with classic antagonist for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and Tribes and Tribulations offers all of the tools needed to provide such creatures with the strategies and personalities required to make them memorable and challenging enemies. This is a GM book through and through. Pick it up, guys. It's worth it. Mr. Mean says, get it. And remember, if you subscribe to Patreon and you send me a message through Discord, once I verify your Patreon membership, I'll send you the books. You'll send me a message with your name and address of where you want it shipped to in the United States or Canada. I'm sorry. Shipping overseas is crazy. I can't do that. Next, I haven't even had a chance to look at this. This came yesterday. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay High Elf Player's Guide. High elves, acute senses, athletic grace, perceptive minds, and long lives provide them with many natural advantages over the humans of the old world. Their potential to achieve mastery in the fields of swordsmanship, archery, and magic contributes to their attitude of superiority. Among the challenges they face are the need to carefully control their emotions and to keep ahead of the latest intrigue in the courts of Uthane. The High Elf Player's Guide is the ultimate guide to creating and playing High Elf characters in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Again, this is $39.99, so $40 for roughly, I think, 100. This is 125 pages. Yeah, 126 pages, full index, and of course, there's Uthwain with the map and the elvish, light greenish gray colors. That is the inner kingdoms, the outer kingdoms, and I think it's repeated on both covers. Full index, full table of contents. The art is fantastic, as always. We're looking 127 pages, full table of contents, full index, full color art throughout the book. Let's see if we can find an amazing piece of art. Like I said, I just got this. I picked it up last night from the UPS. It went to the UPS store. I have 2 Cubicle 7 accounts. I don't know why I screwed something up, and so I created 2 accounts, and I ordered this under a different account, and so I forgot to go in there and change the address, so it still went to the store. And of course, the post office said, "Oh, we delivered your package," and I'm like, "No, you didn't. It's not here." And of course, then my wife came home and was like, "Did you change your address?" And I said, "Yeah." And that prompted me to start thinking, "Oh, wait, I have 2 accounts on Cubicle 7. And then I realized that, yeah, I had ordered it under my old account. And that's what had happened. So, yeah, the art is, let's see if I can get it without the glare. It's always hard. Yeah, beautiful art. There's probably a full page art coming up right. Oh, that's the map. Yeah, just so again, this is the same thing as the Orc book. Tons of fiction, tons of history, everything you need to know about the High Elves. And I'm just, I was hoping there would be a full page splat art. And, oh, that's a great picture. I believe that's from another book. I think that's in the Warhammer core book. I'm not sure. But it's a great picture. If you buy the book and you get the PDF, you could always crop that and use it in your D&D or Pathfinder game or your Warhammer game, because that is a great picture of a mage. Stormweaver, High Elf. So there's templates, a whole bunch of new spells, of course, with the elves, career paths. The art is, like I said, just phenomenal. You can't go wrong with. So if you're into elves, High Elf religion, there's everything in here, all the careers, all the magic you want to go with. I'm not sure how well this one would translate over to the old world. I mean, with elves living so long, probably you'd have to do a little conversion work. I think the picture for High Magic is one of the towers. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how to get that without the glare. Yeah, just beautiful art. But there's all the origins of High Magic, just all the career paths, merchant adventurer, shadow warrior, sword master. If you've played Warhammer Fantasy miniatures game, you know these guys. You've seen them on the table. You've probably painted some. So these are all the career paths. It's phenomenal. Lots of fiction. The art is beautiful. Bunch of skills, outer kingdoms, telling you how the elves. Oh, there we go. I knew there was going to be a full piece of art. There we go. Yeah, that's really nice. So, High Elf characters. So, if you want to play a High Elf in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, this is probably a book you would want to get, because I'm telling you, it is chock full of goodness. So, just a little flip through. I just wanted to show you guys and then let you know that these books are out there. They are available. Order them. I ordered direct from Cubicle 7. You might be able to get it a little bit cheaper on Amazon. One of the things I've noticed on Amazon is they're starting to not do as much of a discount or any discount. And the only difference is you're getting it faster. You know, if you have a Prime account, you're getting it in 2 days, maybe three. Uh, but you know, Amazon's changed its process, and of course now it's not 2 days from the time you order it, it's 2 days from the time they receive the order. So if they're using a tertiary vendor, or if they're using a warehouse that's kind of out of the way, you're not guaranteed to get it in 2 days. You may get it in 4 or 5, uh, which is fine, I guess. You know, as long as you know you're getting it. I pre-ordered both of these books off of their website, and this one took over a year because funny story, I ordered it, forgot all about it. And then I saw I saw it on a game shelf, and I don't remember I think I bought it. And then later on, like a week or two later, I went to their website, to Cubicle 7's website, and I was looking, and I was like, I saw the book, and I was like, wait. And I had put this on a different shelf. It was not with all of my Warhammer books, so I didn't see it. And so I was like, I never got my book. I ordered it and I never got it. And it said shipped. And so I was like, or it never said shipped. It said, you know, pre-order awaiting fulfillment. Their website's very good. I will say, if you order, their customer service is top notch. If you order anything from Cubicle 7, I will tell you that it is great customer service. I've ordered 99% of all my Warhammer books from Cubicle 7 for, you know, Warhammer, the current edition of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and I've had no problems. The starter box, the core book, I mean, all of it. I've gotten it all from Cubicle 7 and never had any shipping or any problems. You know, no books have come damaged or anything like that. They've been really good. And if there was a problem, I reached out to customer service, and I got an email back within a day. So I can't say enough good things about them. But anyway, I reached out to them and I said, you know, hey, I don't think I ever got my Tribes and Tribulations orc book. And the next day I got an email saying, you know what, you're right. We messed up. We never shipped it. We'll get that out right now. And so they did. Would it have been nice if they'd have given me a store credit or something? Sure, but it's not the end of the world. And it's kind of my fault. I take a little bit of responsibility as well, because I didn't say anything, you know, and I think I got sidetracked because I already bought the book. And so in the back of my mind, I knew I had it. But then when I was going through the website and I saw that it hadn't shipped, that's when I reached out to them. And so kind of my fault, and obviously their fault for sure, but no harm, no foul. I got the book. It's in pristine condition. I have two now. So my stupidity is your gain. So like I said, join the Discord, and I will or join the Discord, join the Patreon. I'll send you those two books at my cost. I'll pay the shipping on them, and they'll be packaged properly, and you will get them, and they will be nice because they are beautiful books. Winds of Magic and Tribes and Tribulation, because I have 2 copies of each. So that is it, guys. I wanted to go over that. Are you playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay? Are you interested in being a GM and you maybe picking up the Orc book? Do you have the Orc book? What's your thoughts? YouTube loves it. Even if you just say, hey, watch the video, you suck, thanks, whatever. Put a note down there. They're really harping on creators to get engagement. That's what they want to see, to push these videos up in the algorithm. This is not going to go live until tomorrow at noon. I'll make it. It'll go up on Sunday. Uh, I think there's a way for me to allow my Patreons to see it sooner. I have to play with that. I know there is a process. I think I can make it a hidden video or not debut yet on YouTube, but I can create a separate link for Patreons, and I need to start doing that. I have awesome Patreons. They've been supporting me for quite a while now, and you guys are amazing. So just wanted to pop out a quick video. Are you a high elf player? Are you going to pick this book up? It just came out. I just got it in the mail yesterday. That was a pre-order from quite a while ago. So let me know what you think. Are you, the high elves, the magic spells in there look amazing. I'm going to dive into it a little deeper. I'm not currently in a Warhammer game or running a Warhammer game, so you know the interest varies. I think the books are gorgeous. I think they did a great job on them. They seem well put together. I think you're going to enjoy them. So they are a buy in Mr. Mean's book. If there's any questions or anything like that, put them down. Doobly-doo. Better yet, hit me up on the Discord. There'll be a link in the show notes. If that link doesn't work for some reason, it should. But if it doesn't, send me a message or put a message here on YouTube, and I will send you a proper link. Include your email. I don't need your email because I can get it from your YouTube profile. So, as always, peace and hair grease. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful Saturday. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and take care, guys. And remember, be nice.